Continuing to field questions here for USMLE, I have a student asking how he should space out his NBME exams during his prep in order to get score predictions, etc. Okay, how should he space out his NBME exams? And I will give you a very solid answer here. So before we get started, I will be an asshole like I frequently am. Tell you to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button. Really appreciate it. Find me on Instagram at Melman_medical. MEHLMAN_medical. Link is down below. Find me on Telegram. Recently created a Telegram group and channel. Links are down below. Now, addressing the fucking question here from the student as far as when he should do the NBME exams, how he should space them out. And I said I have a very solid answer. And that is, you actually should not be spacing NBMEs out throughout your prep. And this is a slightly unusual answer compared to what some students might expect, because it sounds very cogent. It sounds very reasonable that if we want to gain a sense of how we are improving as we are moving through our prep, why wouldn't we simply do an NBME from time to time? And you actually will get some shitty tutors who will opine that that's a good course of action to take. I just fundamentally disagree with that. And the reason is because when you sit the NBME exams, we want you mentally calibrating to the question style before your real deal. I've made tons of clips discussing how the NBMEs and the real USMLE are exactly the same. There's repeats everywhere. I've made tons of prior clips talking about how you're going to be memorizing NBMEs 20 through 30 prior to your step 1, as well as 6 through 11, and all of the NBME subject-specific forms, the CMS forms, Clinical Mastery Series forms, prior to your 2CK. You're going to calibrate mentally to that question style. If you do UWorld, you're going to calibrate to that QBank. If you do USMLE RX, you're going to calibrate to that question style. And the NBME questions are different. We don't want you overthinking dumb shit on your real exam. So we want the NBMEs to be the last questions you're doing prior to the real deal. However, even though this is an important point I'm making, this doesn't yet address the idea of, well, why is it harmful necessarily to do an occasional NBME exam however many months out? Is that really that harmful? And my response is, it doesn't change our management if you get an NBME. Let's say you take NBME 20 offline 4 months out as an example. Regardless of how shitty or well you do on the exam, it doesn't change our management going forward. You're still going to be going through QBank. We can gain a sense of how you're scoring based on how you are performing in QBank. If you're getting 46% correct in UWorld, you're not going to pass USMLE, okay? If you're getting 80+% correct, you're probably going to break 255 to 260 plus on the USMLE. So we're talking, we can look at your QBank percentages and gain a preliminary sense of where you're scoring, but we don't need a definitive, you got a 232 on NBME 20 offline 4 months out. That's not going to help us. It's more valuable to you to see those questions later in your prep when you're closer to your exam after you've finished QBank, because you will actually get the most accurate assessment at a later point in time as to how you're scoring. And once again, you will calibrate to the NBME question style late. I think it's bad tutoring. I think it's a bad idea to receive the recommendation of spacing NBME exams out throughout your prep. I think it's just wasting forms. That's my view, okay? Once again, we can gain a sense of where you're scoring based on how you're performing in QBank. I don't think you need to waste the NBME questions early. Bad fucking idea, okay? You know the deal. I'm going to continue making more content. If you like my stuff, subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate your time. That's it.